Okay, this is my plant guide for alchemy. We're going to start here in Four Falls. Now the plants here in Four Falls are in the magic shop, so you don't have to pick them, you just straight out buy them. Here on the north side of the city is the bank, and just off to the west here is where the magic shop is. Now not all the herbs here in the magic shop are for alchemy. Some of them are magic ingredients. Now as you come up here, you'll notice there's two NPCs. You want to make sure you step off to the right so you're talking to the Magic Shop NPC, Tammin. So I'm going to point out the herbs here that are for alchemy, such as the orb root here, and this one here. This is another one. And then these bottom three here are also for herb lore. The rest of them are all magic components. And those are the ones here in Four Falls. Now we're going to go to AP Island, or Amphibious Island. We're going to start here at the shop, because the first one is at the very top of the shop. So we're going to fly all the way up. Now the one here at the top of the magic shop takes a while to spawn in sometimes, as do some of them. So if you get to these locations and you don't see the herb, give it a couple minutes. So here we are on top of the shop, and this one here is the Sanctum Leaf. So now we're going to make our way down here to the bank and just go behind the bank and then travel to the southeast to the second plant here, which is this white one here, which is the Asgon plant. Asgon. And then we're just going to follow this around here to the base of this tree, which is where we have the Grug seed. Now, we're going to follow this hill around to the same direction to our next one, which will be right down here, and that is the Tug seed. Now for the next one, we're going to work our way back around to the shop, well, towards the shop, until we get to the statue, which is right there on our right. We're going to work our way around the statue because our next two are in this cave. Now the cave entrance here looks just like the statue. We'll go inside, and it does get a little dark, so I'll throw a couple flares here. Now our next two are in what's called the Claghorn Cave, or the Claghorn Pit, which is in this cave. And we'll see a big skull right here. That is the entrance to the Claghorn Pit. Now our first herb is on a mound just inside this entrance here. And our next one is just below it. So here's that mound. And the Acura plant is the one on top. The one down here is the Inertia bark. So now we're going to make our way back to the cave entrance, and then we can lead on to the last AP Island herb from there. Now here we are back at the entrance. Right there's the cave entrance. So from here what we want to do is travel to the northwest and follow it all the way out to the end of the island. Because our next herb will be on a lily pad in the water down below. So here we are traveling to the northwest part of the island, and we'll see this little black pillar in the water right there. So from where we are now, we want to travel to the lily pad that points to the northwest, which is that one right there. So we'll just fly down to it, and that will be our final AP herb. And this is the widget nut. Now I'm going to throw in the Sluggith Island herb here because it's the only one on Sluggith Island, and we got to start from the eastern part of AP Island. So here we are on the far eastern point of the AP Island, looking down at Sluggith Island. So we check the map here, and this here's where we are, looking down at this point on Sluggith Island. And that's where our herb's going to be, is on that little peninsula there. Right around in here, around an NPC called Swami Bill. Okay, so even from up here we can see that little white dot, which is the flower where Swami Bill dances at. So we'll fly down here, see Swami Bill doing his dance, and right there's the Hig Fern, which is the Sluggith Island herb. And now we're on Valk Peninsula, right outside the human city of Trendor. We'll check the map here. Here's the city of Trendor. Now the Slavic cave has a northern entrance and a southern entrance. And there's a herb on both sides of both entrances, north and south. What we're going to do is we're going to start by going to the south entrance because it's the closest from here. We'll come down here and show you the south entrance. Right here's the south entrance. So if we come back up here, past this NPC here, he's around the trees behind him, right here, is a Madian shell. And these really take a long time to spawn in sometimes. So now we go around the cave entrance. And our next one is just up here around the top at the base of this tree. And that's the Dude Cuck's bean. So now we're going to work our way to the northern entrance. So we'll just travel north past the bridge to Trendor City. Now this hill in front of us, if we bear off to the right, we're going to run into the bunker and the portal to Boomtown. We don't want to do that right now, so we're going to go off to the left, which will take us to our next herb, which down here at the base of the tree is the next herb. And right here it is. It's the Sigprus. And right here is the cave entrance. And we know our next herb is on the other side of this cave entrance. It's just not as close. It's spread out a little bit further back. So all we gotta do is come up here by this tree, not this one, but the one in the back. And down in the gully here is where our herb is. It'd be right here. And that is a Viastic stem. Next up, we're going to Sal Island. Here we are in Trendor. We're just going to take the portal to the tower on Sal Island. So here we are at the top of the tower. So we're going to make our way to the bottom. Because around back of this tower is a bunker. And around that bunker is our first herb here on Sal Island. There's the bunker. And there's our herb. And that is Edipone pollen. Now at see that crystal up there on the hill? We're going to head over towards that hill. Our herb is at the base of that hill, but we want to stay up here in the grassy area, because down there in the sandy area you will see some jousters from time to time, and you don't want to pull aggro from the jousters. Also, this herb is not in a safe zone, and that's the Philodan syrup. Those are the two herbs here on Sail Island. Quite easy to find. So we're going to head over now to the Blobby Colony. This building right in front of us is the store. It is connected through this tube here, over here to the bank. Behind the bank is the lobby, which is connected through another tube. Now our herb we're going after is right there at the base of the lobby, right there. So we're going to go over here to where the lobby is. And there's our herb. Frodian sap. So here I'm going to throw in the herb on just outside the mining cave. But it's a little trip from here. What we got to do is make our way up this hill to the bridge, cross the bridge, and follow it around to the east to get to the mining cave. And the herb we're looking for is bucktonweed, and it's just outside the mining cave. I just decided to keep this whole footage in, just in case somebody didn't know how to get there. And this is just one way. You can get there from Trandor too. Just instead of going north, you'd be going south. And coming from Trandor, there's a lot more mobs which you can aggro. This way, if you do it, there's none. So once here, we want to head over that way. So we're just going to follow these hills all the way around towards the east. Staying on the eastern side of these hills too. And right now we're still heading north. But once we make our second fall, we're going to do a sharp east. Right here. Now we're heading west. And right here's where the bucktonweed is. That's the bucktonweed. And just around the corner here is the entrance to the mining cave. We'll check the map. And we came from Blobby Colony across the bridge and followed this all the way around to the west. I kept saying east. Alright, that's the bucktonweed. The only one out here. So next up we're going to do the black market herbs. Now that pillar right there, that's the black market there. But right here where my pointer's at now, that's where we're going to find the sun plant. Then on the other side of this column or pillar here is the other one. And then up on this hill here is going to be our last one. So we'll fly over to the sun plant first. I could speed these clips up, but if you don't know where these herbs are, they are tricky to find sometimes, especially when it takes a while for them to spawn in. You could be in the right spot and just walk right past because it hasn't spawned in yet and be totally lost. I've done that a few times. So here at the base of this tree is the sun plant. Like I said, now on the other side of this column, there'll be a big rock. And under that rock, we'll find two more herbs. Just gotta fly down here. And the first one we come to is the wig spruce stalk. And the other one down here is the tenjin bush. So now we're going to head back up here towards the sunflower. Because just like we did on the mining cave, we want to follow this ridge around to one of the crystals. Because up here by the crystal is the proxy plant, or proxy flower. And this whole black market is not a safe zone, and you'll have to deal with a lot of enemies up here. So right there's the crystal, and there's the proxy flower. That's the herbs here on the black market. You also have to deal with some Shakians up here too, Elder Shakians or Elite Shakians. And then you have those Ashrins, spiders. So now here we are on Moon Rift. These here, the first couple aren't too bad to find. So I'm right about here, and that's where these NPCs are. Okay, so now here off to the north from these NPCs, behind this tree here, we'll find the Sage McBulb, and we'll have to continue going north east from the Sage McBulb here to find the next one, which isn't too far. The Ecolage. Now we're back here at these NPCs, and we're going to make our way inland to the next one, which is at the stone huts. So we'll see some big plants with that looks like a star flower. It'll be yellow right there. Now the one stone hut we're looking for has one of those right outside of it. So if you get up here, it's not going to be this one right in front of us here. And it's not that one either. There it is. It's that one right there. Just to show you there's nothing in this one. But this one here where that star flower is, in this hut here is the Magus leaf. Now it just leaves us two more here on Moon Rift. First we're going to go up to the Sarin Beach. Right here. We're on the Sarin Beach. And we have the Akban bean. And if you actually go to the sarin beach, you'll see the crystal there. And we're just up the beach from that crystal. Oh, looks like we aggroed a sarin. I don't think I really want to fight this guy right now, because we got to get to the other herb. See that rock up there? That's not that rock, but this rock here. We're on the very southern tip of Moon Rift. And we'll find the dig root from this here rock. So once I lose aggro from the things that I've attracted, when we come off the rock here, we're going to head west. And this here will lead us to the dig root. And this here will be our last root, or our last plant for alchemy. Come up here, there's the dig root. Just east or west of this rock here. Yeah, just west of the rock.